Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you how to make some DIY planters out of, we're going to use ice cream containers, quick oat containers or canisters, and milk jugs. They're very simple to make, and they're things that you already have on hand that you're going to throw out, so why not reuse them and get some use out of them instead of just throwing them into a landfill. So first I'm going to show you the milk jug. I've already done most of the work on it and then we're going to plant, but I'll show you what we did. So here is the milk jug planter that I'm going to use. As you can see, I was able to get 2 planters out of 1 milk jug, so double the use out of it. You want to cut it right about in half. I may have been a little bit uneven, but that's okay. And then you want to be sure to poke holes in the bottom. That's to help the soil drain. You don't want it to be oversaturated. And when you use the top, be sure to put the lid on it. Not trying to insult your intelligence, but I know that most of you watching are moms, and as I've said before, mommy brain takes over, and I'm surprised that I remembered to put this lid on there. So put the lid on it and then poke some holes in the lid and in the top around there, again for drainage. That's basically, sorry, big truck. That's basically all that you have to do to make the milk jug planter. And then we're going to put some soil in it. We'll move our transplant over, water it, and that'll be it. Basically the same thing with our oat canister. So just cut it in half, put the lid on this side, poke some holes, and then I poke some holes in the bottom of the other one, and you have your planters there. And the ice cream container, you really don't have to do anything to except poking the holes in the bottom, and you have that. That's about all that you have to do to make them. And we're going to get planting here in just a minute, and then I'll show you where we're going to put these and what neat things we're going to try with these plants. So we're finished planting now, and here's our finished product. We have our milk jugs, and I forgot to mention earlier that the top where you have it sitting on the lid obviously isn't going to sit level by itself, so you're going to need something to make it a little sturdier, and I'm using these bricks. Just have it set in between those two with this one in the front. And then we have ice cream buckets, a container that I already had in the shop, and the oatmeal canisters. If you are wondering why they are on the inside of these bricks in a circle, we are trying something different this year. We're trying to do our vining plants in a teepee instead of letting them vine out horizontally. We're going to take some branches out of this burn pile, and we are going to move them over here, and we're going to stick a branch in each brick, or every other brick maybe, and we will put them up in teepee form. We'll tie them around the top, and as our vining vegetables grow, we'll wrap the vines around the branches so that they'll grow up that way. But I will do the tutorial on that next week when we're actually ready to put the branches up. I do have some other ideas for planters that are not your typical store-bought planters, just things you might have around depending on what kind of things you keep. I have this water trough here that was actually left here by the previous owners. It already had some holes at the bottom, so it was perfect. I have some potatoes planted in there. I have some strawberries in a cinder block. Here's my compost bin that I did the tutorial on last week, and we will continue to roll that each week. I just added some grass clippings today and rolled it. but you can also use a 5-gallon bucket to plant carrots and potatoes in. And I have a 50-gallon drum over there behind the dogs that we're going to use for watermelons. We're going to cut them in half and have 2 containers for watermelons. But there are so many things that you can do with so many different things that you have around your house to reduce and reuse. And that's what I love to do here. So if you'll stick around, subscribe to my YouTube channel and to my blog, faithfulfarmwife.com, then you will be able to keep up to date with more tutorials, tips, tricks, DIY, as well as homeschooling and other family topics and faith and anything else that you could think of really that a homeschooling, homesteading mom might think to write about. So just stick around and see what we have coming up next, and we'll see you later. Bye.